Black Annis, Britain's forgotten demon. The wind howled through the trees, a sound like a distant wail carried across the hills. The moon was hidden behind thick clouds, casting the land in shifting shadows. The villagers always told their children to be home before dark, to never linger near the trees in the Dane Hills. But not everyone listened. 2 children, William and his little brother Thomas, wandered too far from the safety of their home. The night was cold, their breath visible in the air as they made their way through the wooded hills. Then, a low, guttural growl broke the silence. Like an animal, but somehow wrong. William's pulse quickened as he scanned the darkness, and then they saw her. A pair of glowing yellow eyes pierced through the night. Her blue, leathery skin gleamed in the dim light, stretched tight over a gaunt, skeletal frame. And her claws, long, jagged iron talons, scraped against the bark of an old oak. She let out a sound, part snarl, part laugh. The stories were true. Black Annis was real, and she had found them. William grabbed Thomas's hand, whispering for him to run. They sprinted through the trees, the boy's small fingers clinging desperately to his brother's. But it was not enough. A sharp cry split the air. William felt Thomas's grip wrenched from his hand. He turned, just for a second, and saw Black Annis looming over the boy, her claws already tearing at his tunic. His screams were short-lived. William could do nothing but run, his vision blurred with tears as he fled toward home. He barely made it. He slammed the door shut, bolted the locks, and collapsed. For a moment, there was silence. Then a single scratch at the window, a whispered laugh beyond the glass, and then nothing. The next morning, the villagers found deep claw marks across the wooden shutters. But that wasn't the worst part. Out in the field, a patchwork of skin hung from an oak branch, stitched together with crude black thread. And at the very center, they recognized the fabric of Thomas's tunic. Black Annis had claimed him. In the heart of Leicestershire, deep within the Dane Hills, there once lay a cave carved into the sandstone cliffs, a place where sunlight dared not linger, and the wind howled warnings through the trees. This was the lair of Black Annis, a fearsome hag said to roam the countryside at night, searching for her next victim. Described as a grotesque creature with blue-tinged skin, sharp iron claws, and long yellowed teeth, she was said to hunt children and livestock, dragging them back to her cave to feast upon their flesh. Legends say she would flay her victims, hanging their skins upon the branches of her oak tree before wearing them as a gruesome garment. But her reign of terror was not without warning. It was said that Black Annis's howls could be heard up to 5 miles away, giving villagers just enough time to lock their doors and cover their windows with protective herbs and charms. For to look into the cold, unblinking eyes of Black Annis was to invite death itself. But where did this terrifying tale originate? Was Black Annis a mere fable, or was there a darker truth behind the legend? One theory suggests that Black Annis was inspired by Agnes Scott, a medieval anchoress who lived in a cave in the Dane Hills during the 15th century. Known for her reclusive nature and reported healing abilities, it is possible that her memory twisted into something far more sinister over time. Others believe Black Annis is linked to Celtic mythology, perhaps a remnant of the Cailleach, an ancient hag-like deity associated with winter, storms, and death. Over centuries, her divine presence may have devolved into the terrifying bogey woman of local legend. There are even those who claim Black Annis was a real witch, hunted and executed long ago, her spirit lingering in the hills as a vengeful spectre. Could it be that the echoes of her screams still ride the winds of Leicestershire? So was Black Annis merely a frightening story, used to keep children from wandering too far from home? Or does something truly lurk in the shadows of the Dane Hills, waiting for nightfall to strike again? We want to hear from you. Have you ever heard of Black Annis before? Do you believe there is truth to this legend? Let us know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this eerie tale, don't forget to subscribe for more folklore, hauntings, and paranormal mysteries. It helps us continue sharing these chilling stories with you. Until next time, keep your doors locked and your windows covered. You never know what might be watching from the dark.